Hi. I have about 45 minutes before a taxi driver rings my doorbell to drive me to the airport. But I realized as I was frantically cleaning and packing earlier today that it's been a long time since I updated on how things are going. And so I wanted to take just a few minutes while I wait for that doorbell to ring to bring you up to date, because I know that you, my Facebook friends and my supporters and my email list and my prayer warriors, have been asking for updates. So here it is. I am heading to Budapest later today. I'll be flying through Munich, so eating a lot of bread in the terminal between gates, and then boarding my plane for Hungary. And then right outside of Budapest, there's a conference center where families from all over that part of the world are coming together for a SHARE conference. And SHARE offers educational testing and coaching for these families who are raising their children overseas and homeschooling them. And I love that I get to be the keynote speaker this week. So I'll be able to speak to the parents and with the parents 4 times, and then do sessions as well with the teenagers. And I really consider this kind of my sweet spot, because these are people who are in the trenches with their MKs and hungry for information. And I love that I can bring my perspective as an adult MK to the questions that they have. So if you would pray for the right words and for unoffensive content and ways of saying things, and for just really honest, reciprocal communication to happen. That'll be the first part of my trip. And then the last 3-4 days of my trip, I'll be flying to Paris, visiting my aunt who lives just right next door to the town where I grew up. And this was actually something I was supposed to do at the end of my Dakar, Senegal trip in January, which I had to cancel for medical reasons. So this is me kind of taking that back. It's my 50th birthday present to myself, a little late, that I get to go home to this place that I love, and I'm sure that I will be updating you from there as well. Speaking of medical things, some of you have been asking about that. Debbie Miller, this one's for you. Thank you for your faithfulness in inquiring. This is what a person with lymphedema looks like before they fly. This is not as fat as my arm is, I promise you. There are actually 3 layers of bandaging on here, and underneath those there's another layer of cotton, plus this lovely glove to keep my fingers under control while I'm flying. And that is the concern, that flying will, in a lot of cases, increase the swelling in the arm. And if it increases and kind of stagnates, then there's the risk of developing the infection called cellulitis. So this is me saying to cancer and saying to lymphedema, you don't get to take Europe from me. You don't get to take traveling from me. There was no way of avoiding cancellation in January because things were still too precarious at that point. But I feel like I've made some progress. I don't know if it's the surgery I had 3 weeks ago, or if it's the naturopath that I've been seeing. I saw her twice last week here in Wheaton and invested heavily in her naturopathic supplements. But I think that I have seen some improvement. So I fly with more confidence this time. The flight is still 9 hours, and that's a significant amount of time for fat me to be on the plane. So if you would continue to pray for this medical aspect of things, I would be grateful. I will either land as Miss Chubby Fingers, Miss Sausage Fingers, or I'll land as the Goodyear Blimp. And I'm hoping for the sausage and not the blimp at this point. So take that, Cancer. I'm getting on a plane and I'm going to do what I love with people I love for the sake of MKs I love. And I will communicate with you once I get to Budapest. If you want more regular updates, you've just got to add me on Facebook or Instagram for pictures. Either way, I will get in communication with you again once I've reached the other side and started my work there. Thank you, and have a good day.